Welcome, Progressive Gen Xer here. Actually got an interesting article here from the Guardian. Um, Democratic Party is now publicly attacking progressive candidates. DCCC smear against progressives continues, unfortunately. I hate to even have to even report on articles like this, but, unfortunately. Liberal candidate for office being maligned, smeared. The surprising twist, it's her own party that's funding the ads. What is unusual about the attacks on Moser is that they issue from a Republican rival, not from a Republican rival, but the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee. In their desperation to win back the House in 2018 midterm elections, the Democrats have turned to eating their own. How else to make sense of the unhappy drama unfolding in Texas's 7th congressional district, the district which includes much of affluent West Houston. Sorry, man, I'm in my carport. I had a semi just went. Okay, back to the district. So it's the 7th congressional district. The district which includes most of affluent West Houston has a Republican incumbent named John Culberson, but was carried by Hillary Clinton in 2016. Culberson, a gun-loving, climate change-denying champion of Donald Trump, is a dreary exemplar of the kind of reactionary outlier that now passes as a mainstream Republican politician. And so now the effort to unseat him has attracted a crowded field of 7 Democrats, all vying to win the March 6th primary. Of the 7, the most intriguing and exciting is 40-year-old mother of 2 named Laura Moser. Moser is exceptionally intelligent. I taught her when she was a student at Amherst College in the late 90s, and she remains in memory of one of the most intellectually gifted students I've come across in my career. At 6 foot 2 inches, she literally stands out in a crowd and dazzles her charisma and quick wit. While this is her first run for public office, Moser has been politically active, funding Daily Action, a grassroots organization designed to mobilize opposition to Trump's deformation of the American political landscape. As a defender of progressive political causes, including women's productive rights, single-payer health care, sane gun control, and sustainable energy, her candidacy has generated excitement. Moser has an enthusiastic following, particularly among younger voters, and supported Bernie Sanders, which is a plus. So it's perhaps predictable that the young Democratic candidate would become the subject of a withering political attack from their own party. Concerned that Moser is too liberal, the DCCC has embraced that kind of smear campaign pioneered by its opponents, normally the Republicans. What is unusual about these attacks is that they issue not from a Republican rival, but from the Democratic Congressional, again the Democratic DCCC campaign arm, the Democrats most of you guys know. Concerned that Moser is too liberal to unseat a Trump patsy, the DCCC or D-Trip has embarked on the kind of smear campaign pioneered and polarized by its political opponents. To be clear, the charges are ridiculous and untrue that Moser lived in Washington for several years while her husband served as Barack Obama's videographer. And yes, Moser was Jewish, appeared to be at Obama's cedar table. Thanks to her husband's White House position, hardly the stuff to turn her into a second coming of Nancy Pelosi. Already smearing her as a Washington insider. Isn't it the DCCC? Aren't they like Washington insider? Talk about throwing stones from a glass house. It is also true that Moser had worked as a journalist, wrote for a piece in the Washingtonian that she'd sooner have my teeth pulled out without anesthesia than live in Paris, Texas. But the article was about virtues in the city living, not about the disgusting idiocracy of life in Texas. So she wasn't making fun of Texans, but they're trying to make her out to like where she's, anti-Texas, anti-Texan, what do you want to call it? Sad. Anyway, as for the carpetbagger charge, it's true that Moser, who grew up in Houston, only recently moved back to the city where her family has lived for some 5 generations. We might well mention that she speaks serviceable French. And finally, there is deeper concern that Moser is too liberal for Texas 7th District. You see what they do here, though? I mean, it's just, they don't even try. I mean, it's like, when have they ever actually run somebody that's too liberal to even know whether or not she'd be successful? It's all about the donors. But anyway, 26th election demonstrated exactly the kind of catastrophe the Democrats court when they rally behind a supposedly safe candidate over one with a galvanic message that promises to re-energize the party and the electorate. And while the DCCC's desire to win back the House is understandable, its treatment of Moser leaves no doubt about its viability to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. I mean, it's just to the point where they're so stupid that, the way they keep punching left, our own party, So I'm still kind of woke up. I'm drinking my coffee here, but it's just sad. It really is. Actually had another article about the DCCC that was telling their candidates not to run on single payer. Why would you do that? Seriously. I'll actually run on something popular. It's popular with Republicans and Democrats, single payer, even Republicans. Just amazing how out of touch they are. They just live in a bubble. But they got to keep the content dumbed down enough for the Russia scandal and that's it. So we'll see how it makes out of this. But thought it was an interesting find from Guardian. It's a good source. So tell me what you think. Like it. Hit the bell so you get the notifications if I post a new video. Subscribe, and hopefully my channel will grow. I know it takes a lot of work for these things, but persistence. Anyway, you guys have a terrific day. Just figure I'd point this article out to you guys, and just let me know what you think. Thumb it up. Trying to get a little more loose here and less tense. It's my second video, so getting a little more used to it, I think. Let me know what you think. Take care, guys. Gents, women, children, anyone watching. Take care. Have a terrific day. I'm out. Peace.